Hey guys, I'm Tyler.
And I'm TJ from Hester Sport Fishing, and today we're talking about our top 5 walleye jigs and lures. Now, to start off, since we are filming this in the winter months, let's talk about our winter lure.
Oh, you ice fish?
Yeah, through ice. So this is a Rapala Jigging wrap. I'm gonna be honest, it's new to us still over here, but this last couple years we got a little better feel for it. This lure, when you drop it on a slack line, so have a gliding action.
Bunch of funky stuff.
They go pretty erratic with it. Again, as all these jigs, they always bite it on the drop. But this is a great deep water lure when you're fishing for fish staging, as well as searching for fish, because it always is working, it's never getting tangled up, and there's never bait falling off of it. So Rapala Jigging wraps. Bait number 2, this is your blade bait. This is a Norasada blade bait. It's great for searching for fish, as well as vertical jigging over like rock piles and structure.
Yeah, it's got a lot of action. It makes a lot of noise in the water, and like you said, it's good for pitching around, casting, and really searching a lot of water.
3 different holes on these. We'll link our blade bait video down below so you can see a more in-depth video on how to fish these. But there's different holes and different sizes to get a different action on this bait, and it's very universal for all times of the year. So next on our list is a Standup Jig by Zombie Jigs by Fish Han Tackle. So Zombie Jigs, guys, make 2 different styles. They have a stand-up jig head. Again, all these are custom, so you can do whatever you want with them. You can get a rattle added to it, you can get your wire singer added to it. That way it shakes around. It also has a minnow pattern. Same thing, pre-attached wire leader, as well as your rubber tinsel in your minnow patterns. And he can make anything you want, any kind of color and size that your heart desires. They're pretty sweet. So this is trying to imitate a feeding minnow or a shrimp or crawdad, whatever pattern you want. He can make it. And the jig will actually physically stand up while you're jigging it. You lift it up, it'll stand up. It looks like a minnow, feeding in the dirt and the mud.
Compared to a jig like this that is just gonna lay right on the bottom, it won't be nosed up.
So this is your Kids Tackle Glass Minnow. This is probably our number one trophy jig for sure for big fish. When we throw these, we're thinking big fish. This is called Chemo's Lamprey. It's one of my favorite colors. What makes these jigs unique, and you can see I actually cut down the hackle on this a little bit, it has a big profile underwater, and it pulsates with that flashaboo and the marabou underneath the water. We don't use stinger hooks on these. On the Zombie Jigs, there is a custom wire leader that you can stick a stinger hook on it when you're fishing worms. But again, when we're fishing the Kids Tackles, we're thinking big fish. We're thinking these fish are going to hail this jig with no issue. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the other thing is when we're fishing these, we are fishing for bigger fish, and we don't want to harm the fish. So we don't want a stinger hook getting caught in gills or anything. So we're trying to be a little careful with that. And lastly, we have our Lipless Crankbait. Now, back in the Midwest and back east, this is a very, very popular lure. It's becoming in our starting lineup. It's not something that we've really dialed in quite yet, but it's definitely my top 5 now. I would say this is more of my shallow water summertime walleye, when the walleyes go up on the flats to feed. It's a little bit of a slower drop, a little bit of a slower action, has a lot of rattle. So when you're fishing vegetation, weeds, some light timber up against the shallows and warmer water, this is what I'll feed in there. I can get it to almost any depth. Alrighty guys, thanks for watching the video. That was our top 5 walleye jigs and lures for you.
Make sure to like, subscribe, comment down below, share this video out, and we'll see you on the water.